right now, Madison, Wisconsin is the home of fitness.
Pat Felder at 595.
Oh, yeah.
The name of the game is speed here. This event is all about how fast can you go.
Rumors of Matt Fraser being human have been greatly exaggerated.
There is nothing fancy about this. It is just pure work, and it's gonna hurt.
To carry that much weight on your shoulder, you must have a steel core.
Somebody get out there and tell this woman she's a rookie.
It's day 2 of 4 at the 2018 Reebok CrossFit Games. The women vying for the title Fittest on Earth are back at the Alliant Energy Center after a day off. They needed the rest.
I'm ready for day 2.
It's like the rubbing on the sides.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
You'll do 2 rope climbs. You'll complete the obstacle course. You'll come back and do 2 rope climbs and then drag the dummy into the blue.
Day 1 of this year's CrossFit Games was the toughest since the competition began in 2007. The athletes faced 4 unique tests of fitness. A 12,000 meter criterium race, 30 muscle ups per time, a test of strength in the CrossFit total, and the longest event in duration and distance in CrossFit Games history, a marathon row. A rookie has the overall lead. Hungary's Laura Horvath sits atop the overall standings. But 2 former champions are looking to change that today. After 3 events on day 2, the athletes will be halfway through the competition. The day begins with a new spin on a familiar test. It ends with a more difficult version of the final event from 2017. In CrossFit, fitness is not confined to the gym. Event 5, the Battleground presented by the United States Marine Corps, will test how athletes apply their fitness outside the gym. They will also have to find a way to handle an implement most have never seen, Rescue Randy.
I like the obstacle course, but I've never done it with a weighted vest on, so that'd be interesting.
Your main focus should be on the obstacle course, not to mess up any of the parts. Because if you mess up, then you lose a lot of time.
I thought it was going to be like a sprint. It's way more measured. The obstacle course matters a lot. And then just the way people are coming across the finish line.
I'm going to take it smooth and controlled. You don't win it on the cargo net. I'm going to be smart and safe.
If you're running either to the obstacles or back, like push. You know, don't feel like, okay, I got a lead, like I can cruise. That's not the time to cruise. The time to cruise is on the obstacles.
Yeah.
At the start of the event, the athletes will drag Rescue Randy across the field before completing 2 rope climbs. They will then run 650 meters to an obstacle course. After clearing 8 obstacles, the women run back to the North Park, complete 2 final rope climbs, and drag Rescue Randy back to the finish line. Jamie Green's time of 10:25.72 is the top mark heading into the second and final heat.
And Jamie Green has the top mark in event 5. It's day 2 of the 2018 Reebok CrossFit Games in Madison, Wisconsin. Thank you for being here with us today, everybody. I'm Sean Woodland alongside 2009 CrossFit Games champion Tanya Wagner. Event 5, the Battleground, presented by the United States Marine Corps.
This event is a perfect display of using your fitness, the practical application of what you do inside the gym. How can you do it in a real world event? And right now, the drag of Rescue Randy at the beginning and end is where you're gonna see that.
Top 10 athletes in the overall standings are on the field, and in lane 5, the rookie out of Hungary, Laura Horvath. An impressive day number 1. She has the overall lead by 12 points over defending champion Tia Toomey. Horvath in those red pants and white leaders jersey.
Horvath is the only woman in competition right now to have all of her event finishes inside the top 10. So impressive for a rookie, and I want her to continue to impress me. And I think she can do it here because this event has so much to do with your grip. And she has national titles for rock climbing, in the sport of rock climbing prior to coming to CrossFit.
All of these women handling that rescue Randy pretty easily. Laura Horvath's in the middle. 2 champions are right next to her. Tia Toomey's on the right. Annie Thorisdottir is on the left. We're going to find out really fast how the rookie can handle pressure here.
What I love about that is it pays to be a repeat athlete at the CrossFit Games, and a lot of these women are. Horvath is not, and she's holding her own with these ladies. So excited to see what she does when she gets to those obstacles. And I love her confidence at only 21 years of age. In between the competition that she has, look at the way she just ripped right up that rope like she doesn't even have a weight vest on. The other ladies taking their time. She is flying.
Horvath was first to the run. Katrin Davidsdottir, who is now just making the turn, was second. Behind her is Annie Thorisdottir. But Horvath with the lead here. But she has some very fit women breathing down her neck. Can the rookie hang on? The conclusion of Event 5 when we return.
The 5th of 14 events continues at the 2018 Reebok CrossFit Games. Rookie and overall leader Laura Horvath is experiencing her first real pressure of the competition. She is out front as she reaches the obstacle course. 3 women with a combined 5 CrossFit Games championships are chasing her. Pressure is not slowing Horvath down. She stays aggressive and attacks the obstacle course.
The strength, she just went over that wall. A lot of these ladies have to hold on, get their grip, make sure they take an extra pause. No, not Horvath. She just grabbed the wall and ripped herself right over.
Laura Horvath is now onto the low net. Katrin Davidsdottir has moved into second. Tia Toomey is in third.
I love Katrin Davidsdottir's speed here. Real quick through these transitions. It's a place where you can make up precious seconds.
Now onto the cargo net. 8 total obstacles here on the obstacle course that these women need to get through before they run back into the North Park and complete 2 more rope climbs and then that final rescue Randy drag.
All of these ladies are holding that middle rope. They're the last heat to go, so good for them. If you weren't paying attention, shame on you. They got a chance to watch all of the other athletes, so they should know how to get through these as fast as possible.
Laura Horvath onto the hop logs. Katrin Davidsdottir on the right of your screen. Another 2-time champion along with Annie Thorisdottir is right behind her, but Horvath continues to lead here as she approaches the back half, the back portion of this obstacle course and the rope transfer. This is one that has given some women problems, and Horvath is through. Davidsdottir struggling a little bit to get to that final rope, but Horvath is just running her own race, and it's working just fine for her.
She looks so calm. She seems so relaxed. Davidsdottir puts on the pressure, and she just stays calm.
And now it's double for Horvath, and that's going to open the door for Davidsdottir. Tia Toomey is there as well. She is on the right. Davidsdottir can't make it. So Horvath survives her mistake, and she is still in the lead.
Real nice.
This is the final obstacle, the monkey bars. Toomey has moved into second place. She is on the right.
Much quicker on those monkey bars than Tia Clair-Toomey.
Now Laura Horvath is done. 650 meters back to the North Park. Tia Toomey, the defending champion, is right behind her. In the overall standings, it's Laura Horvath in first. Toomey is in second by 12 points. So Toomey is going to have to get some people between herself and Laura Horvath in this event if she wants to take back that white overall leader's jersey. And Horvath is still ahead of Jamie Green's pace. Green with the time to beat in the upper left-hand part of your screen, did that in heat number 3.
I said you don't race the runs, but in Tia Clair-Toomey's case, this is where she needs to make up the ground on Horvath. So she needs to move. Horvath chalking up, getting ready for those rope climbs. And I expect Tia Clair to put on some pressure here. She needs to if she wants these 100 points.
They are right next to each other as far as their lanes are concerned. Horvath is in lane 5, Toomey is in lane 6. So Horvath will have a little bit of a farther run to her rope when she gets back to the north part. Catherine Davidsdottir is in 3rd. She's on the left part of your screen. Laura Horvath, the fittest woman in Hungary in 2016, 2017, and this year, making her first ever appearance at the CrossFit Games.
But since Laura Horvath came to the regional, she has always competed amongst the crowd of Annie Thorisdottir. So that is the competition, the level of playing field she knew that she needed to be in order to get to the games. That's a really good thing when you're new to the sport of CrossFit.
Horvath on the back part now of this run as Tia Toomey is trying to reel her in. 12 points separate Laura Horvath from Tia Toomey on the overall leaderboard. The winner of this event will get 100 points. Second gets 94. Third gets 88. Better you do in an event, the more points you receive.
So far for these ladies, you know, the effects of that marathon seem to be no big deal. I really wanted to see, but I don't see any signs of anything from day one of competition for these two athletes.
Laura Horvath will now get to work on her final 2 rope climbs as she is ahead of Tia Toomey and Catherine Davidsdottir. But Toomey managed to cut into that lead on that run. Horvath through her first rope climb.
Horvath even actually goes legless on the way down. She doesn't use her legs like other athletes do.
And Toomey's through 1.
Shows how strong her grip really is.
Horvath through 2, and now back to rescue Randy. And Laura Horvath is staring at her first career event win here at the CrossFit Games.
And now the one-hand drag. She watched Cole Sager, the winner of this event on the men's side, do this technique earlier, and now she's doing the same thing. So smart.
Laura Horvath blazing down the field, and she is way ahead of Tia Toomey and Catherine Davidsdottir. Tia Toomey is in second, trying to hold off Davidsdottir there on the right of your screen, but here comes Laura Horvath. Somebody get out there and tell this woman she's a rookie. Laura Horvath takes event 5.
Thanks for impressing me again, Laura. Great event, oh my word.
Meanwhile, Catherine Davidsdottir has passed Tia Toomey. Catherine is the blonde-headed woman in the middle of your screen. Kristen Holta is passing Toomey as well.
Look at what this event is doing to these women. These ladies are past champions.
The good news is second place is still up for grabs. That's worth 94 points. Kristen Holta has passed Davidsdottir. Holta is in. She will finish second. 94 points for Holta.
Kristen Holta is having a heck of a game so far. Came into this event in 8th place, only 54 points out of podium position. This is huge for her to get herself up there in the top 3.
Tia Toomey needs to hurry if she wants to take 5th place in this event. And it's going to be close because she was right there with Bethany Shatburn's time. Toomey will take 6th in the event. She is in danger of falling out of the top 3 as Annie Thorisdottir is coming in.
This isn't good for Annie. She came into this event 3rd place, so this will bring her down the leaderboard a bit.
Cara Saunders had finished inside the top 8 in the last 3 events. She takes 11th in event 5 and loses ground in the overall standings. Sarah Sigmundsdottir continues to struggle. After a disappointing first day, she ties for 18th in the event. The top 3 in the overall standings remain the same. For the first time since the opening event, former 2-time champion Catherine Davidsdottir finds herself back in the top 5. Laura Horvath hangs on to the white jersey as she triples her lead over Tia Toomey.
I'm not scared of any of the girls. I know they are really good, so I mean, they are just like, I don't know. I'm not scared. I don't feel scared. I feel like they are really good, so I have to put my top game out there. So I just do what I have to do.
Coming up on the 2018 Reebok CrossFit Games, every second matters as speed and strength are put to the test. Event 6 is next. For the athletes of the CrossFit Games, it always pays to be first. It's the same case for the fans. Prime viewing space is at a premium. Show up late, and you're likely to miss something. At the beginning of the CrossFit Games, Laura Horvath was easy to miss. Rookies rarely get a lot of attention, but the young Hungarian has quickly stolen the spotlight. She is the overall leader after 5 of 14 events. Horvath is coming off the first event win of her career and has yet to finish lower than 7th. Europe has already produced 3 CrossFit Games champions. Horvath may be the 4th. Laura Horvath is no stranger to making a strong debut. In her first appearance at the Meridian Regional, Horvath finished 7th overall, 2 spots away from making it to the CrossFit Games.
Here comes Laura Horvath, the 19-year-old from Budapest, Hungary, and I guarantee you, one day, this woman is going to be fighting for a spot to the CrossFit Games.
When I went to Regionals 2016, I just went there to have fun. I didn't know what to expect, and I finished 7th, so I was so stoked. I was very happy about it. It's weird to say, but I knew I was going to make it to the Games. Like, I knew I had it in me.
This year, Horvath took 2nd at regionals, finishing ahead of veterans like Sarah Sigmundsdottir and Kristen Holton.
Regionals went great, all the events went as I expected. Taking 2nd place at regionals gives you a little bit of confidence. Yeah, I've been doing the right things. I've been working on everything that I have to work, so it's gonna be okay.
Experience is usually invaluable at the CrossFit Games. So is confidence. Horvath does not have a lot of the former, but she has plenty of the latter.
Probably I was confident because I knew what I was capable of doing, and I also knew my competitors a little bit, so I just knew where I was gonna end up. My goal was top 5 or podium. I would be very happy with that. That's what I was thinking, but of course I was there to win.
Laura Horvath has proven she is a contender.
Somebody get out there and tell this woman she's a rookie. Laura Horvath takes event 5.
It remains to be seen if she's a champion. But one thing is clear. Laura Horvath is making another impressive debut. Horvath looks to hold on to her overall lead in the next event, the Speed Clean and Jerk Ladder. Event 6 of the 2018 Reebok CrossFit Games tests strength and speed. Athletes race through 5 increasingly heavy barbells. Take too much time to rest or set up, and you're likely to get left behind.
Don't do what I did.
No, he told me don't expect the bar to feel light, and I think that's good. Just be aggressive from the very first lift.
It's pretty light, so yeah, just be fast.
My plan is to trip over the bar. That's how fast I'm gonna jump over it. You gotta go.
Barbell ladders are a familiar test at the CrossFit Games. The lifts have changed, the speed has not. In 2014, athletes faced the clean speed ladder. The following year, it was the snatch, the bar going from the ground to overhead in one fluid movement. In 2016, the speed squat clean ladder appeared. Athletes had to pull themselves under the bar and receive it in a full squat before standing it up. This year, the lift changes again to the clean and jerk, the bar going from the ground to the shoulders and then overhead. The Speed Clean and Jerk Ladder is a bracket-style event. The top 20 times from 8 quarterfinal heats move on to the semifinals. only 5 athletes advance to the winner-take-all finals. Laura Horvath has been mistake-free through 5 events. That changes in the quarterfinals of event 6. Horvath trips over her second barbell. She misses going to the semifinals by less than a second. Tia Toomey, Amy Thorisdottir, and Katrin Davidsdottir all advance. Horvath's overall lead is in danger. Next, the pressure increases, and so do the weights. It's the semifinals of event 6, the speed, clean, and jerk ladder. The CrossFit Games are a festival of fitness. While the competition is the main attraction, there are plenty of other things to keep the fans entertained. There is no shortage of food, shopping, and seminars outside the Coliseum. Inside the Coliseum, there is no shortage of pressure. 20 athletes have moved on to the semifinals of Event 6, the speed, clean, and jerk ladder. Only 5 athletes advance to the winner-take-all final.
Only the strong and fast will survive. It's Event 6 for the women. The speed, clean, and jerk ladder. 2 more semifinal heats to go, and another 2-time champion is in this one, and that's Annie Thorisdottir. She'll be working out of lane number 3. Amanda Barnhart is a rookie who came into the CrossFit Games with a lot of expectations after what she did at the regional level, 22nd overall after 5 events.
She's such a powerful athlete, and that's what you need in an event like this. She has a great chance for this final round. She was so quick on the one before. It's not about whether she can lift the barbells, it's gonna be, does she have a clean run?
From rookie to veteran, Annie Thorisdottir, one of 2 women to win back-to-back CrossFit Games championships.
She's had the most experience with these ladders of any fashion in all of the games, but it's just gonna come down to, does she have a clean run, and how does she handle the pressure in a really fast heat?
Third of 4 semi-final heats. Top 5 times moving on to the final, Annie Thorisdottir and Amanda Barnhart, the first 2 done with the 180-pound barbell, and now on to 185 pounds. Thorisdottir is through cleanly, as is Amanda Barnhart at the bottom of your screen. Thorisdottir gets through the 190-pound barbell. Barnhart right behind her. Annie Thorisdottir hits 195, as does Amanda Barnhart. So Barnhart looking to close the gap as Annie Thorisdottir gets to 200 pounds first. Barnhart is neck and neck. The barbells are down. It's a race to the finish. And I think Thorisdottir gets there just ahead of Barnhart.
What a sprint. That was a good race between those 2 women.
Thorisdottir takes the heat, but she and Barnhart will meet again in the final. Another former champion looks to join them and put herself on top of the leaderboard.
For the 4th and final heat. Tia Toomey in lane number 5 came into this event in 2nd place overall. Laura Horvath unofficially has finished 21st in this event. That means if Tia Toomey just gets into the final heat, she will be your overall leader. Final semi-final heat, 180 pounds on the barbell. Tia Toomey is at the bottom of your screen. Toomey clears 180 and now 185. She will be the first woman to 190 pounds, followed closely by Cara Saunders on the other side of the floor. She's at the top of your screen. Saunders in the long blue pants, as is Tia Toomey at the bottom of your screen. Cassie Lance McWhorter's in the middle. Toomey through 195. Toomey and Saunders to the 200-pound barbell at the same time. Toomey hits the jerk. Saunders is in. Toomey is in. Now the question is she in the final heat?
The answer is yes. Toomey and Saunders are 2 of the 3 women in the heat to qualify for the final. Cassidy Lance McWhorter is the other. Despite winning her heat, Katrin Davidsdottir fails to advance. But her time will place her 8th in the event, her 3rd straight top 10 finish. Sarah Sigmundsdottir just misses making it to the final. She takes 6th in the event, her best finish so far. For the first time in the competition, Laura Horvath does look like a rookie. She will not be on the floor for the final. And when it's over, she will not be on top of the overall leaderboard. It's winner take all in the final heat. The conclusion of the speed clean and jerk ladder is next.
Toomey slightly ahead of Cara Saunders, but Amanda Barnhart is hanging tough.
Day 2 of 4 at the 2018 Reebok CrossFit Games continues. Fans not lucky enough to get a seat in the Coliseum still have plenty of options when it comes to watching the action. The Beer Garden is one of the more popular venues, and the giant screen at the front of the room gives everyone a front row seat to the speed clean and jerk ladder.
5 women will face 5 barbells. The woman who lifts them the fastest will win event 6, the speed, clean, and jerk ladder. Thanks for being with us today, everyone. I'm Sean Woodland alongside 2009 CrossFit Games champion Tanya Wagner. We are down to the final 5 women. The weight on the barbells has increased yet again. This one, winner take all, 100 very valuable points on the line.
The women are going to go through 5 bars weighing 205 all the way up to 225, and they have 3 minutes to do it as fast as they can.
The top 5 women from the semifinal heats are on the floor, led by Cara Saunders, who had the fastest time of anybody in that semifinal round.
She sits in 6th place position right now, so a win right here would be huge to bump her up into the top 5.
Final heat underway, 205 pounds on the barbell first, and it's Tia Clair-Toomey who clears that one ahead of the pack. Toomey on to 210 pounds. Toomey through 210, as is Cara Saunders. Amanda Barnhart, the rookie, at the top of your screen. Those are your top 3. Annie Thorisdottir at the bottom, and Cassidy Lance-McWhorter, the other 2 women in the heat. Toomey slightly ahead of Cara Saunders as the 2 Australians are opening up a lead, but Amanda Barnhart, the rookie, is hanging tough. 220 pounds. Cara Saunders is through it first, as is Amanda Barnhart. All 3 women in the final barbell, 225 pounds. Barnhart on it first. Amanda Barnhart hits the jerk. Amanda Barnhart, her first career event win. Oh my word. Tia Toomey is done. Toomey's across the finish line. She'll take 2nd and will be your new overall leader. Now Cara Saunders, she's across the finish line. Annie Thorisdottir is still on the floor. The worst that she or Cassidy Lance-McWhorter can do is 5th place. McWhorter can't get that overhead, so now it's just a battle between Lance-McWhorter and Annie Thorisdottir. As Thorisdottir is trying to get to 225 pounds and saluting the crowd. They're going to try to help her through this lift. Annie Thorisdottir, how else? With a smile, she's across the finish line to take 4th place.
What does Annie love but the crowd cheering for her? That one was for the fans. She even had to squat clean it, which she doesn't love to do.
Well, Cassidy Lance-McWhorter has locked up 5th place, but in true CrossFit style, she wants to finish this event. And now she's going to call it as Amanda Barnhart steals the show from the 2 women who had one of the most memorable battles in CrossFit Games history on this floor. Gets her first career event win, but now they have talked Cassidy Lance-McWhorter into one final attempt.
They gave her the push. They said, you have the crowd here. Use it. Yes!
Madison magic for Cassidy Lance-McWhorter.
And She gets in under the buzzer. She didn't need it. Thank the crowd. It doesn't matter. We know it doesn't matter for the points, but it matters in our sport. That was awesome.
I got goosebumps from that.
Tia-Toomey turns a 36-point deficit into a 20-point lead. Laura Horvath drops to second place. Annie Thor's daughter and Katrin David's daughter stay where they were coming into the event. Cara Saunders moves up 2 places from 6th.
So I can't squat right now. Just hours, so thank you. That's awesome. On the third one, I walked around the freaking bar. Thankfully, everyone in the audience, they're like, go back. So I like went back and over. I felt like a rookie. Dang. I was just getting so carried away. It was so fun.
Because of the crowd, like the girls, we all just like went so just so crazy on the barbell, and it was really fast. It was awesome.
Next on the 2018 Reebok CrossFit Games, it was one of the toughest events the athletes faced last year. This year's version is even tougher. Athletes are given game jerseys when they arrive in Madison, but the white leaders jersey must be earned. Right now, it belongs to Australia's Tia-Toomey. Earning the white jersey is one thing, but as Toomey knows all too well, keeping it is another.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2017 Fittest Woman Alive is from Australia. Your 2017 Reebok CrossFit Games champion is Tia Clair-Toomey!
For me, after winning the CrossFit Games last year, I think the season has been an interesting one. It's something where rather than chasing a goal, I guess I'm training even harder to protect that goal. I know what it takes to win the CrossFit Games, so for me now it's just training harder than I have ever trained before. It's training smarter than I've ever trained before. And just remembering, like, wow, look how far you've come. I want to win the CrossFit Games, so I'm going to push myself to limits that I want to see how far I can go. In order to do that, I need to test my boundaries. I see all my competition as a threat. All those 40 women that enter into the CrossFit Games, they are all threats to my end goal. I think I'm the fittest and the strongest that I've ever been, not just physically, but mentally. There is no comparison to what I was last year. Do I think I can win the CrossFit Games this year?
Tia-Toomey comes from the land down under, but right now Tia-Toomey may be on top of the world.
Yes, I can win the CrossFit Games this year.
Toomey won her first championship after the Fibonacci final, the last event of the 2017 Reebok CrossFit Games. She and the rest of the athletes are about to face a more difficult version of that test. The event may have changed, but Tia-Toomey's situation going into it has not. Once again, she finds herself on top of the overall leaderboard.
So much better than last year.
This was an event that kind of got very intense towards the end. But I mean, I'm actually really excited to go out there and give it another whirl.
The 2018 version of Fibonacci sees the repetitions on the deficit handstand push-ups increase. Last year, women did a total of 16. This year, they will do 26. Carrie Pierce has the time to beat at 3 minutes and 40 seconds, with 1 heat remaining. Coming up, will things add up in Tia Toomey's favor, or will the surprising rookie regain the lead? It's the final event of day 2 of the 2018 Reebok CrossFit Games.
Fittest on Earth, the 2018 Reebok CrossFit Games on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Rogue Fitness, the official equipment supplier for the CrossFit Games, and by Erosti, the official athlete care provider with over 150 locations nationwide.
The CrossFit Games are approaching their halfway point. One event remains on day 2.
It was a really good event. I loved this event.
It's cool, and I definitely can remember the documentary. It's like that one, like played at the start, it's that one kind of like crazy moment, but it's just very different circumstances now.
Day 2 of competition at the 2018 Reebok CrossFit Games is coming to a close as we are in the final heat for the women in event 7, the Fibonacci, inside the Coliseum at the Alliant Energy Center. I'm Sean Woodland, alongside 2009 CrossFit Games champion Tanya Wagner, and this event is sort of a repeat from last year.
These women are going to do handstand push-ups and double kettlebell deadlifts for reps of 5, 8, and 13. That's the numbers they're going to do for each of those 2 movements, different than last year. Then they're going to pick up kettlebells that weigh 35 pounds, and they're going to lunge them up and over their head for 89 feet down the field. They have 6 minutes to do that.
Top 10 women in the overall standings are on the floor. Katrin Davidsdottir in lane 3, 5th place overall right now, needs to start picking up points if she wants to crack the top 3.
Katrin Davidsdottir right now is sitting 46 points outside of podium position. She also has had some struggles along the way, 38th in the CrossFit total. She would definitely love 100 points at this point.
Final heat is underway. Of course, Annie Thorisdottir, the 3rd woman in that battle. Right now, she sits in 3rd place overall. She is 68 points back at Tia Toomey for the overall lead.
Couple keys to this event really are just don't fail the handstand push-ups. If you haven't done it before, you're not sure if you can make it, come on down, shake your arms out. Play fatigue once you get later on in the event.
Annie Thorisdottir is through her first round of 5 deficit handstand push-ups and 5 kettlebell deadlifts. Keep your eye on the top of the screen as the leader in the heat will have her name highlighted in a blue box. The number in the white box next to that athlete's name will indicate how many repetitions she has completed. The number in the white box next to everyone's name in red will indicate how many reps they trailed the leader of. That is Brooke Wells on the left, who also did pretty well in this event. She is off. She's in the white shorts. Next to her is Cassidy Lance McWhirter, Annie Thorisdottir, and Brooke Wells swapping the lead as Tia Toomey is off the wall. Laura Horvath is in lane number 6, and she is falling well off the lead pace. She had the overall lead prior to the last event. She had a 36-point lead over Tia Toomey. She's the woman on the left who is now the overall leader, and right now Laura Horvath trails Toomey by 20 points, so a huge swing in just one event.
She took 21st in that speed clean and jerk ladder, so now we get a chance to see what does she do, how does she come back and fight that mental battle after placing so low, her lowest finish so far.
Annie Thorisdottir is still in the lead with Katrin Davidsdottir, and Cara Saunders is there as well. Katrin Davidsdottir is on the left, Thorisdottir is in the middle, and Tia Toomey just left the view on the right side of the screen.
Watch the way Annie drives her hips, fires her legs up. That's what gives her that elevation and helps her press herself out of the bottom. It's a great kick under control. Look how fast, though, Katrin Davidsdottir transitioned right to the deadlifts.
13 kettlebell deadlifts. There are 67 total repetitions in this event. At 52, they will take off down the floor on that 89-foot overhead walking lunge. Now Cara Saunders on the bottom right fighting Tia Toomey for 3rd place in this heat. Saunders moving smoothly on those 124-pound kettlebells. Davidsdottir, 1 rep to go, she's done. Now it's time to grab the 35-pound kettlebells and take off on that march down the floor. Davidsdottir currently in 5th place overall. Laura Horvath, meanwhile, who's been impressive here through 2 days of competition, is falling way back and in danger of surrendering 2nd place overall in the standings to Annie Thorisdottir as Horvath is stuck on her final round of handstand push-ups. Meanwhile, it's a good race developing on the left side of your screen, now in the middle. Catherine Davidsdottir on the left. Annie Thorisdottir on the right. The only two women to win 2 CrossFit Games championships. Thorisdottir starting to gain a little bit of ground. She's about a foot behind Catherine Davidsdottir when she extends her lead leg. The time to beat, Carrie Pierce. Probably won't last much longer. Catherine Davidsdottir is across, and Catherine Davidsdottir takes the Fibonacci.
That was a great run for Catherine Davidsdottir. That was solid, nice and strong. Surprising that Annie had to put those kettlebells down.
Annie Thorisdottir will finish 2nd in the heat, and now Toomey is across. And Laura Horvath is on the other side of the floor, and she is just now getting to the overhead walking lunge. Earlier today, she started with an event win, but since then, Laura Horvath has been moving down the leaderboard. She lost the overall lead in the speed, clean, and jerk ladder, and now she's in danger of falling into 3rd place.
Laura Horvath continues to move in the wrong direction. She crosses the finish line nearly 90 seconds after Sigmundsdottir. Horvath finishes 17th in the event. Tia Toomey nearly triples her lead over the young Hungarian. Annie Thorisdottir remains in 3rd. Catherine Davidsdottir and Cara Saunders swap places as the 2 of them remain in the top 5.
I didn't know where Annie was, but the crowd was roaring and Annie's judge was here, so I could only see Annie's judge. And I was like, lunge faster, you don't have to hold him up for as long.
It went better than last year. I only got 1 no rep, and I didn't fail at the end of my lunge. That was funny.
I don't like it. I don't know. Like, oh, it's just like so amazing what like the crowd do to you. Like they just like lift you up. They make you do this thing. So it's just crazy.
The CrossFit Games are halfway over. 7 events remain. Next time on the 2018 Reebok CrossFit Games.
2 days down, 2 days to go. Event 8, the Madison Triplets, is underway. Their judges are telling them, work until I tell you to stop. The athletes knew there would be 2 events. They knew what they were. They didn't know the order. The fans decided that for them.
This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports.